Jared Bear, what's going on, sir? The team is here. How you guys doing, man? Oh my gosh. Let me back some stuff over. Oh. How you guys doing today? Hey, Rebecca, how are you? I don't know if you guys know this or not, but today, and I will kind of touch on this again, but how was school today, Rebecca? How was school? Hey, Anya, how are you, dear? Hey, what's going on, Renita? I asked Rebecca how was school. She said it was long. I bet, man. Hey, Mr. Dady, how are you, sir? I'm doing good, man. She said Maya's getting a little difficult to take care of. Is she getting difficult to take care of because you got to let her go? Hey, Naomi. I don't know. Miss Anya, you do get kind of bored with stuff, though, dear. I'm just throwing that out there, honey. You do. Hey, Naomi. Okay. Hey, hey, you can have that.
What?
You can have that.
Thanks. Appreciate it.
Hey, you can grab yourself another snack too.
Okay.
Okay. Hey, sorry about that. Just I'm not gonna apologize for parenting. Ah, shit, you know what it is. Anyway, today, excuse me, I wanted to share something with you guys, if you don't mind. I like to I like to bring you into my world for a second. I don't know if you guys know this or not, but today it's 54 days. Can we get a round of applause? Hey, what's going on, Miss Yachty? Can we get a round of applause? Today is day 54. 54 days ago, ladies and gentlemen, we decided to take this this unpredictable journey, and that we have all agreed upon. So I appreciate you guys very much. Thank you, Rebecca. Thank you, Miss Shotty. Thank you, Miss Renita, my mad scientist. Mr. Dady, I appreciate that. Right? And again, like we said, man, if you don't clap for you, you're giving permission to other people to clap for you as well. Because if you don't clap for you, nobody else will either. And I thank you, Miss Naomi. I appreciate you guys showing up and all that good stuff, man. 54 days together. 54 days together. I don't know about you, but this is starting to become repetitive. Right? All right, so today we're gonna change it up a little bit. We're I decided to kind of go a different route just for the next couple days. Today we're gonna talk about the laws of the universe and universal laws. And I know some of you are like, wait a minute, this is kind of different. Like, how is this coaching? How is this training? How is this developing? How do I ask questions in this? Well, the great thing about the universal laws is that they will be here whether we're here or not. There are certain books, I shall not name them, that in 5,000 years, if every man, woman, and child, if the human race were to be wiped out and started all over again, every single science book that we have today would be redone. So everything that you see in there today, you would see in there in 5,000 years, as well as these laws that you're about to see. It's all the same stuff. Okay? They're universal, which means whether you're here or not, they're still going to be there. And if we understand what these laws are, we can start to use them for our benefit. Okay? And sometimes you'll understand why you don't get certain stuff. Okay? So this is not necessarily faith-based. It's more scientific and what is the other word? Metaphysical based, right? Like, yeah, think about it like this. We all, to some degree, believe in the laws of karma, right? Whatever you put out is what you get back. Can we agree upon that? Can we say aye or no? Because some of y'all may not believe in it. Yes or no? Do you guys believe in the law of karma? Or just karma. Do you believe in it? I don't know. Some of y'all may be like, no, I don't believe in that shit. Okay, cool. I mean, stuff. Remember, 15, 20 minutes. Then I'll let the other part of me out. Right? Oh, Miss Renita says aye. Okay. What? Jennifer's here. Wow, it's so funny. I have not called you Jennifer in, oh my God. I have not called you Jennifer in, like years. Morgan's here. Hey, Morgan. Hey, how's your teeth? How's your mouth? How's your mouth? She said wrong name. Dude, nobody even started calling you that until I started that. Don't start that. She said teeth looks great, but my mouth hurts. If you haven't been to the dentist in a while, I'm sure it would. But I'm happy that you're with us. Okay, so all right, awesome. So most of you guys do believe in the law of karma. Okay, well, this is just a few more that we're gonna kind of teach you tonight. Okay, all right. So without further ado, my name is Fearless Cummings. I'm your host and life coach for the evening, and for the next, how many more days we got? 45? No, 46. 46 more days. We started with day 1. Now we're at 46 days left. Yikes. Boy, this thing is flying. Okay, so either way, I am a life coach, philosopher. Here's all my certifications. I got a bunch more. Do you really need to know them right now? You don't. Let's move on. So with my warning, I do come with one. On this channel, ladies and gentlemen, your beliefs will be challenged, your values, will be examined, your morals, your excuses, even your thinking will be put on trial, mine included. We don't do superfluous talk, which means superficial. We don't do that. We like to go deep here. We talk about everything. Our dreams, goals, aspirations, our problems, our pain, some of the excuses that we use for not doing stuff. All right, just saying, just throwing it out there. Hey, Jennifer. Now I'm actually talking to Miss Taylor, now Morgan. Hello, Jennifer. Welcome. This channel is not for the faint of hearts. It is not for the fragile. This is for people that are open for change and transformation. So if you don't want to take any accountability or ownership, here's the thing. I would just cuss you out or have Jerry or Rebecca do my bidding, but we're not going to do that. We're going to switch it up a little bit. So I would ask that you do not like, do not follow, do not share, do not subscribe. Matter of fact, I don't even want people knowing that you know about me. Swipe left, keep it pushing. Okay. But if you do want to learn a little bit, if you're ready to take some accountability, pull up a seat. Welcome to Axe Fearless. Thank you. All right. Let's keep it pushing. I think I'm getting a little smoother with that. I think so. All right. So here's the things. Here's what I do and what I don't do, or vice versa. I'm not here to motivate you because I'm not a motivational speaker. There's other people for that. I'm not here to coddle or sugarcoat anything. A kind word, yes. Any of the other stuff, no. I'm not here to fix you because you're not broke. Cracked, bent, pushed, scraped, maybe broke. Not at all. So what am I here to do? Three things. Help you rethink your strategies and habits, help you reframe your perspective, and help you retrain how you do things. Okay. So at the end of the day, my job is kind of make your life simple. Not easy, just simple. Look those words up. Anyway, speaking of, today, this is what we're going to be talking about: the law of vibration, the law of correspondence, the law of attraction, and right, the law of cause and effect, and the law of compensation. Don't worry, I got your back on all these. Yeah, I'll just keep pushing. All right, so please grab yourself a pen, a pad, or whatever you need to focus. Drinks, blankets, snuggies, walkie-talkie, charger, reading glasses, as in myself and Jerry's case. Okay? Everything that we do, ladies and gentlemen, is repetitive. Repetitive, sorry. That's why I love live. Okay? Anything worth knowing, learning, teaching, or understanding revolves around one word, which is repetition. Okay? If you want to learn something, do it over and over until you get it. Okay? Please ask as many questions as you possibly can because I am only here to help you. That's it. This presentation and all the ones that came before it and after are cookie cutter, which basically means it is the same presentation for the most part. Just I take out some stuff and add some stuff. The way that the coaching works is if you ask questions. Okay? The more questions you ask, the more I can help you. Don't look at this and say, oh, that looks good. Fuck that. Ah, damn it, I messed up. I'm trying to save the cussing for later. You know? All right. Forget that. Okay, ask questions. Okay, that's how we help each other. And speaking of helping each other, I need some help. Yes, am I a bit crazy? I may be. But ladies and gentlemen, here's the thing. I need my fix. I need my fix. I don't need you to like or subscribe. I mean, if you want to, that'd be great. But I need two things from you before we get started. From the ceiling of heaven and from the depths of hell, I need, ladies and gentlemen, I need a hell yeah. Can I get my hell yeah? I can't get started, ladies and gentlemen, until I get it. Thank you, Miss Renita. Thank you, Miss Renita. Look at Miss Yachty. Good old Yadira. She drinks the best coffee. Man, you're going to have to tell me the name of that. Thank you, Jerry Bear. Can I get a hell yeah from other people? I mean, this is enough for me. I'm not going to lie to you. This is enough. But just like gas in a car, the more gas you got, the further you go. Thank you, Christopher. Hell yes. Thank you, sir. Can we get some more hell yeses? Any more? It's fine if you don't give me any more. Thank you, Miss Anya. Good God. Gasoline is just pouring out all over the place. Thank you, guys. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, let's get this thing started. All right, so word of the week, you already know, friend. Now, again, we've already talked about this, so we'll just kind of fly through it or whatever. Here's the thing. A friend is somebody that you trust, support, and that offers certain assistance in good times, bad, or just in the in between. They are more than just a title. A friend is somebody that you choose, right? And somebody who also chooses you as well without demand, transaction, or obligation. Okay? Without demand, transaction, or obligation. If you're doing something for somebody, if you've been paid to do something for somebody, if you're demanded to do something for somebody, for friendship, they're not a friend. Okay? Just saying. All right, so here's our synonyms of friend. It's companion. Remember, the word synonym means something that's like a friend. It's a companion, someone who walks through life alongside you. Okay? That's what it is. Now, the middle part is not it's not a good thing, not a bad thing, just in between. This is a colleague, a professional peer that you work with alongside, but don't necessarily connect with outside of tasks. Okay? Now, an antonym is, as you would expect, the opposite of a friend, which would be your nemesis, a long-standing rival, an arch enemy, or a powerful force of retribution or downfall. That's what these people bring to you. Not all people are friends, not all people are enemies. Sometimes they're just associates or colleagues. Okay? That's it. All right, let's keep it pushing. All right, so Universal Laws Part 1. Fun fact, fuckers. I'm just going to run with it. All right. So the law of attraction does not care if you mean it. What do we mean by that? Whether your thoughts are intentional or unconscious, you still attract what you dwell on. It's not just what you want, it's what you focus on repeatedly. What did I tell you about repetition? Anything worth knowing, learning, or understanding revolves around one word. What? Repetition. Anything that you get in this life, you will get because you focus on that consistently. When you ride a motorcycle, we were taught wherever your head is facing, that's where the bike is facing. So when you get on the on ramp or you get off the on ramp, off ramp, wherever your head is going. So if your head is looking in this direction, the bike will go in that direction as well. Whatever you're focused on, everything else goes there too. Okay? Just saying, just throwing it out there. Okay? All right. Number one, law of vibration. Are your thoughts and emotions helping you or hurting your frequency? So the example would be you walk into a room and you feel the energy instantly. How many of you have walked into a room and was like, God damn, I don't know what happened in here, but bro, the energy is off in here. Say I. How many of you have walked in a room and the energy was just off? Especially if there's a bunch of people in there. And it's just like, dude, what? Like, why do I feel that? Why do I feel turmoil? Why do I feel chaos in here? And nobody's even saying anything. You just walk in and you feel like, oh, I don't know what it is about being in there. I got to stay up out of there. I'm good. I'm going to stay my ass in my car. Everybody's like, yes. Have Miss Renita said yes twice. Jessica said yes. Jerry Bear said, yeah, even Mr. Christopher Dady said yes. I'm just saying, y'all. And Miss Anya, you do a lot of that haunting stuff with the crystals and all kind of stuff. That shit's mad scary. Man, I already know the kindergarten vibes are gonna be off tomorrow afternoon. I'm not going into that lunchroom. I'm sure you are not. That's so funny. But like, no, like, and that happens, right? So we all understand that law is it's something there, right? Even if it's not people in there, even if it's not a bunch of people, you just walk into a room or You about to leave somewhere and you just get that vibe, that feeling like, man, something's off. You know what I mean? Right? So here's the thing. The reality of the matter is this. Everything, even your words, moods, your belief, vibrates and attracts that similar energy. Why do you think they say that you are the average of the 5 people that you're around most? Think about that. If all you hang around are comedians and funny people, at some point you're going to either be laughing all the time or you're going to probably be doing something along there, right? If all you're around is musicians, it's probably what you're going to end up doing. If you're around a bunch of successful individuals, for the most part, you will probably be the fifth or the sixth successful person. But that also goes for the inverse effect as well. If you're around a bunch of assholes, you don't think you're going to end up being like that too? Especially if you stay around them. What happens if you're around a bunch of broke people? What do you think that does to you? Right? So all I'm saying is that we got to focus on that. Right? Focus on what we're focusing on. Look at what you're looking at. If that makes sense. Right? So that law of vibration, that shit's real. Right? It's not a joke. You have to listen to what people are saying to you. Pay attention to the moves. I was just talking to Jessica today about a young man that I used to work with, and I love the dude to death, but his energy be off all the time. She said, "How do you deal with that?" I take his ass back home. Like, nah, bro, I'm not working with you today. Nope. Going home, take the day. I'll see you tomorrow. Give me a call. No, because I know that. Here's the thing. I know that if his mood is destructive, if his mood is chaotic, that shit's infectious. And then I'm gonna be like that. I think about this. I am a certified life coach. I understand these laws probably better than anybody. But that shit doesn't work all the time when you're around somebody whose energy it's topping yours. Right? That's like there's a flower called daffodils, right? Daffodils are beautiful. But what people don't understand about daffodils is that they're extremely toxic. They're not toxic to each other, but if you put any other plants in there with daffodils, the daffodils will kill them because it suffocates them. It is only if you now you can what is the word? You can condition them not to do that, but the conditioning thing it's so difficult to do that most people don't even bother doing it. Daffodils will kill anything that's around them because they'll suffocate them, right? You know there's another word for a daffodil. You want to know what it is? Narcissist. That is the Greek word for a daffodil. Narcissist. Little fun fact before we get to fun facts, right? All right, let's move to the next one. The law of correspondence. Right? The law of correspondence. Does your outer life reflect what's going on inside you? Remember what I told you yesterday? Let me ask you real fast. Where does clarity start from? Where does clarity start from? Where does clarity start? Some of y'all might be like, yes, Renita. Yes, Jessica. God dang it. Yes. Thank you. Yes, with me. Yes, sir. Ah, you guys are getting it. You're getting it. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. God damn. It only took me 54 days to get y'all to get it, but you got it. You got it. Thank you. That's where it starts from. So the law of correspondence, it's like that Bible verse that says, what's so above, it's what's so below. However it happens on the inside, it's how it happens on the outside. Just saying, right? Chaos. Yes, Jody. Good job, dear. Chaos in your mind often shows up as clutter in your life. Think about that. Chaos in your mind shows up as clutter in your life. One of the things I was talking to Yadi yesterday a little bit, and we were talking about uh, my house and how I keep it clean. I told her I don't like cleaning. Like I do not like cleaning my own house. I don't. So what I will do is I'll clean it once, or I'll have my maids clean it once because they come once a week, and I just maintain what they've already done. That's it. That's it. I maintain what they've already done. I don't like cleaning, right? I don't. But when everything in my house is picked up and it's clean, it's picked up and clean and prioritized because that's what I do in my life, like in general. So of course it's gonna look like that for me as opposed to somebody else. Now I'm not necessarily saying that you can't be clean on the outside and tore up in the inside because we know people like that too, right? But they usually say cleanliness is next to godliness, correct? So I don't have a lot of like junk drawers. I don't even have a junk drawer in my house. Jessica will tell you everything in my home has a specific place to be. Everything except the basement, which I'm going to call somebody to come down and get that all worked out. But I'm quick to throw stuff away and donate stuff too. See? So when you change your inner world, your outer world will also follow as well. That happens. And again, we're yes, I think yesterday, the day before, we were talking about self-help and how they say a lot of this type of stuff. The only difference is that we're talking about universal laws. We're not just talking about platitudes, right? We're not talking about platitudes, which is, man, you change your life, you change the world, you change your life. We're talking about it from the law, the universal law that would happen whether we're here or not. We're not talking about it from the standpoint of it just sounds good, if that makes sense, right? If it's almost like if we say, if you keep your car tuned up, it'll run forever, right? I mean, we innately know that. Well, some of us do. But that means you actually have to take your car in to go get it tuned up. Just talking about it doesn't do shit. Without action behind those words, it's not going to matter. Okay? Okay. So, any questions on this one? Any questions? Are we good? Do you guys, matter of fact, let me ask, because I didn't even ask. Do you believe, yes or no, or indifferent? You can even say shit, I don't know, that your outer life reflects on what's going on inside of you. You guys, and vice versa. The inner affects the outer. Do you guys believe that? And here's the thing, I'm okay if you disagree. You're more than welcome to. Doesn't bother me one iota. Miss Jessica says she does. Okay. What? Miss Renita? I figured that you'd be like, nah, I'm good on that one. Mr. Dady, I mean, come on now. We know who you live with, sir. So you better be believing in this shit. Because Miss Anya surely does. All right, so we got 3 people who agree. Okay. If somebody else does it, that's okay too. Just saying, just throwing it out there. All right, another fun fact. The law of correspondence shows up in the ancient text. As see, this is kind of what I was talking about. As within, so without, right? It's found in the Hermetic philosophy of ancient Egypt, even in biblical metaphors. It's an old truth that's still shaping new lives. Let me tell you guys something else. Let me tell you how serious this is. The Hermetic principles predates the Bible by thousands of years. Thousands, thousands of years. Just saying. Thousands. Not like one or two. I mean like plural. When we say predate, first and foremost, most people don't understand that the Bible was written. The one of the first ones was written around what, let's say 325 AD. Okay, it wasn't, because they had stuff like that even before it, right? And it was finished. At least one of the versions of the King James version of the Bible was finished. It was finished in 1565. Naomi, are you still with me? Is that about right? 1565? I think it was 1565, because I think it took them a few years to do it. Didn't really take them that long, because there was already Bibles that predated King James or whatever. But we're talking about thousands of years even before that. So the Bible that people that we know in the West, especially here in the West, that book has only been in circulation for a little over 500 years. King James, only 500. The Hermetic texts have been around for thousands of years before that. Matter of fact, the word thought, like when you think of something, the word thought was, he was an Egyptian god. What was he an Egyptian god of? He was like the first multi genius. They say that what was that dude's name? He was basically the no, that Imhotep was the father of medicine. Um, I'm sorry, my brain just kind of went blank. But anyway, Hermes and Thought are the same person. They're just called different names. But the word thought, that's where it comes from. It comes from an actual Egyptian guy. Hermes, no, Hermes, no. Hermetic philosophy is Hermes. Um, but no, it was actually another. It had come to me later on. But anyway, that's how old this shit is. That's how old that guy is. He was talking about this stuff. Matter of fact, God damn it, this is gonna keep bothering me until I get to it. Give me a second. Okay, hold on. Thought. Okay, here he is. Okay, okay, so they basically said he was a black like a sorcerer type thing or whatever. But anyway, he was one of the first multi geniuses in general. The dude was, all right, here we go. Here we go. Okay, so Thought is the name of an ancient Egyptian god associated with wisdom, learning, magic, and writing, and judgment. He is often depicted with the head of the ibis or baboon, and was considered the inventor of hieroglyphics and the scribes of the gods. Like, this dude was, he, like, again, the first multi genius. Like, remember that word we were looking up before. It was called hold on one sec. Hold on, let me see if I can come up with it. Hold on, poly. All right, there it is. Oops, sorry. So he would have been. Can you guys see that? Hang on, let me move my face. Give me a second. Where am I at? Okay, so a polymath is a person with a wide range knowledge or learning. He was the first polymath, the first one. Matter of fact, they took education so serious in Egypt that the people around them, which Greece, uh, mainly like in Greece, like the Greeks, like what we call philosophy, came out of Africa because the the Greeks at that particular time is what's called the Dark Ages. So nothing was coming out of there at all. It was so serious that they had to get special permission to go into Africa to go learn because Africa, like Timbuktu, Memphis, sorry, sorry, sorry about that. So Timbuktu, Memphis, Egypt, even Alexander, where the big library was, that they burned that damn thing down. And I thought, what was the Alexander the Greek? He his mentor was it wasn't Socrates. Oh my God, who was his mentor? So was it sir? Ah man, dude, I'm sorry guys. Like my brain is just kind of all over the place. His mentor told him that if you go into Alexandria, um, we need you. We need everything from that library. Everything. So, and that's literally what they did. They went in and took everything out of their library, and um, yeah, they basically rewrote everything. So, like, it was crazy stuff or whatever. But again, this is where all these laws of the universe comes out of. Majority of them, majority of these are just um, uh, plagiarized things out of Africa. Literally, no joke. Like they was on this shit before everybody. They used to go to school. Their school system was so advanced that, like Pythagoras, he had to go to school in Africa to learn. So the Pythagoras theorem that they gave to the Greeks didn't come from them. It came out of Africa. They had already been doing all that. And my point is this: if you look at their architecture, if you look at the pyramids, there's a reason why we still can't create what they did then. We have no idea how they did that. We think we know, but we have no idea how they did all that. We have no idea how they did all that whatsoever. So the extensiveness of these correspondences, universal these universal laws, they're like I don't know, I get goosebumps when I think about them because it's so serious, right? So anyway, so this is the one that you all know about, the law of attraction, right? And this is where that movie, The Secret, was based off. Oh my God, it's the law of attraction. If you want it, just think about it. They never told you to do anything else that we're about to talk about, and that's crazy because these laws are so like I take them personal. You know, I mean, as you can tell, I take them personal. Um, but the law of attraction is one that everybody's heard of for the most part. And are you focused on what you want or what you're afraid of, right? Because whatever you focus on is what you're gonna get. Okay, that's that's a for sure thing. So example are fear and doubt attract more problems than solutions. We know this. We already know this, but we choose to do something different, right? We choose to focus on something different. Okay. So the reality is that like attracts like, which you already know that, but your energy is always pulling something in. That vibration, that energy that you got is always pulling shit in constantly. You're like you're a magnet. Your mind is attracting all this stuff, whether you are consciously aware of it or not, right? So it's either teaching us something or preventing us from achieving something, right? Like that's unfortunately how it works. Listen, I tell people all the time, when you die and you come back as a god or something and you want to change things up, you are more than welcome. But while you're here, this is what we got. So if you're thinking about why don't I succeed at this? Why don't I succeed at that? Why am I struggling with this? Why am I struggling? Why do I keep attracting the same shit? Why do I keep attracting the same type of women? Why do I keep attracting the same type of men? Hey, tell Ben to go home. He's going home, bro. Okay. So why am I keep attracting all of these type of things? Well, this is why. Because that's all you focus on. Right? And then your actions flow from that too, which attracts that as well. You are a beacon for everything that you want and don't want. Again, I think about it like this. If you were to say, um, if you want to say, I want to make $100, $100. I mean, it's you can ask somebody for $100, right? Right. Your mind will figure out all kinds of ways to make that happen, right? But it's almost like you become a beacon once you start making them phone calls. You see what I'm saying? See, it's not just the thinking, it's the action behind those words. Like you got to act on it. And that was the problem that people had with The Secret is that they never talked about action. And I'm not talking about massive action. I'm talking about just put one foot in front of the other and let's walk in that direction. Have a little bit of faith. Make a phone call. Call somebody to help you out. Figure this shit out. In that movie, The Secret, you never once hear, and I know because I've read the book and I watched the movie so many times, it's ridiculous. They never talked about the law of action. They never talked about the law of correspondence. They never talked about the law of energy. Just the law of attraction. That was it. I mean, with all the shit they were talking about, they could have brought that up. What about this one? The law of cause and effect. Are you reacting to life or creating it from or with intention? Remember that? Wasn't that the very first thing that we talked about? Intention. Remember, I don't know if you guys remember. Say I if you remember. That was the very first episode that we did. The first one that we did was the introduction. Right after that, we did the intention. Everything that we do starts from that one thing. What's your intention? Right? So you're either reacting to life or creating it with intention. Cause and effect. I do something, I get something. There is no success and failure. There's only the experiment. Did it work? Did it not? Yes or no? That's it. It's not personal. It either worked or it didn't work. If it didn't work, figure out what works. That's it. Thank you. Jerry said he remembered that. Okay. Jerry said he remembered that. Renita, do you remember that? Jessica, I don't know if you were with us. No, Jessica, I know you remember it. Because you were in my ear in that time. Right? So small habits, the example is small habits today become outcomes tomorrow. Right? So them small, remember them little things? See, I really I wasn't here. Okay, right. But them small little habits. Remember what we always talked about that? Small habits. Do those small, do the small things, and those small things will start to compound over interest, over time, right? So you do a little thing here, do a little thing there. You just keep doing them little small things. Next thing you know, you done read over 4 or 5 thousand books. It all started with one. You had 54 days and you just started with the first day. I went from having absolutely no videos to I think I have like 74 now. 74, 71, somewhere around there. 50 some days ago, I didn't have any. This is what compounding does. You just do a little bit at a time. That's it. Okay? Nothing happens by chance, ladies and gents. Your choices ripple through everything. Do you guys believe that? Yes or no? Do you believe that nothing just happens by chance? That your choices have lasting ripple effects? How many of you believe that? That if you do something today, it's going to ripple through. That your actions won't just affect you, it's going to affect any and everything around you, whether you see it or not. Isn't that crazy? Let me ask you guys a question, right? The butterfly effect. There it is. There it is. Let me ask you guys a question. Have you guys ever been talking to somebody that you didn't know and somebody had mentioned something that you did or something that you said and they didn't know it was you that they were talking about? And I'm not saying good or bad. I'm just saying in general. Have you ever been talking to somebody that you just met and they're telling you a story about somebody else and that somebody else just so happened to be you? Has that ever happened to you? Say aye or no, because some of y'all may not have happened to you. I can honestly say aye, and that's happened to me so many times. It's ridiculous. And the reason why it's happened to me so often is because I have done so much crazy shit that people would be like, "Nah, that's not you. Nah, you wouldn't have done that." I'm like, okay, okay, right. People that know me now wouldn't think that I would be doing 95% of the shit I did back in the day. When when people who knew me back in the past see me today, they are they are in shock and all that I'm still alive. No felonies, no misdemeanors, no no near death experiences. Like goddamn, and, and then to find out that I'm a life coach, philosopher, author, father, like present father. Like they're just like, I can't believe that. You out of all of us? Huh? What does that mean? What happened to Carrie Fisher's love interest and when Harry met Sally? I've seen that movie like years ago. I don't what's that referencing to? Or do you mean it by this reality thing that nothing happens by chance? Your choices ripple through everything. I mean, even like I'm thinking about you, Jessica, now. Even with what you do with foster care and adoption, like your the things that you do will have an effect far after you're gone. Isn't that cool? What you've done in this lifetime will have lasting, lasting ripples for the years to come. Oh, okay, okay. What you talking about? She tells this story about the guy to the guy. Okay, 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 okay. Miss Renita says that I do believe that some things just happen by chance. Okay, that's what's up. You know, I've never looked. Of course you didn't. That's my job. That's my job, ma'am. My job is to illuminate what you do. Of course you haven't looked at it like that. I mean, I want you to think about the children. Think about every kid that you've come across that you loved on, that you've helped, that you've been around. I mean, I'm just saying, I'm still affected by the things that people have done for me 33 years later. 33 years later, and I'm still affected by how others treated me. Good, bad, or indifferent. I still remember my foster mother, Aunt Willa, making me stand in front of the whole family and read books, magazines, newspapers. You know, I'm just saying like, that happened. You know what I'm saying? I remember where I was the first time I saw Crisscross. My foster brother was like, "Hey, there's there's these little kids who they kind of remind me of you, but they way better." And he's like, "Hey, here he is." And then I watched the jump video. I mean, I'm just saying cause and effect or whatever, but it's those choices, man. It's those little things that you have no idea that inspire so many other people. Jerry, I'm still inspired by some of the conversations that we've had. Think about it, man. We haven't talked to each other outside of this in years. But I still remember how you met your wife. I still remember that. I still remember where you went to go get your surgery done. I remember most of our conversations. You know what I'm saying? I mean, and again, you know what I mean? Like it's those conversations, it's those things that happen, it's those choices, those conversations that ripple out that you have no idea who they've affected. Right? That's the law of cause and effect. Each and every single one of us brings something so beautiful and unique to the table. Why do you think it's so easy for me to inspire the shit out of y'all? Because you don't need it. The only one who recognizes that your greatness is probably me. And I'm not saying that to be like I'm sitting on some type of pedestal and just looking down on you. No, motherfucker, I'm looking at you because I already see that the shit's already there. Like greatness is within each and every one of us. Now, whether we do something with it or not, that's irrelevant, but it's already there. If that's all I'm looking for when I'm looking at you, then that's all I'm going to see. So you can come with all the excuses you want, and I'm going to knock them down and tell you all day long, yeah, I hear you. I hear you. And what? What do we do about it? What are we going to do about it? All right. Jessica tells me all the time, I don't know if I'm ready. Fuck are you talking about? You've been ready. Just like she used to try to tell me constantly, Fearless, you need to be on you need to be on camera. You need to be giving this stuff out. Yeah, I'll get to it. Never fucking did it. Better late than never, though, right? We're here. All right, let's move on. All right. The law of vibration is backed by science. By science. This is not a plateau, but a platitude. It's science backed. Everything in the universe, from atoms to thoughts, vibrates at a frequency. Even your emotions emit measurable energy. Remember that one thing that we talked about before? That fun fact that your mind has enough, what is it, BTUs to light a fucking light bulb. Your brain by itself can do that. If it's hooked up to one of the, I don't know, it's a EK, what is it, whatever, what is it, EKG machine. There's a certain machine that if you put it to your head, put it out on something, it can light the goddamn thing. That's how much energy our bodies emit in general. That's how much brain power that you have to make physical, to take something mental and make it fucking physical. If you guys remember, EEG, thank you. If you guys remember, the Bible said in the beginning it was the what? What did the Bible say in the beginning? Was it the what? What did the Bible say in the beginning? Was the what? I'm gonna wait on this one. Does anybody? There you go. In the beginning was the Word. The Word made all physical. The Word. What comes out your fucking cake hole is made physical. Is made manifest. Based on what comes out your mouth. Well, I try to tell people, man, I remember joking around one day, and man, that's why I fucking love Jessica. She was like, I was like, man, I'm broke, blah, 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 blah. She said, nah, don't even play like that. She's like, don't even talk like that, because that shit might just turn around and bite you and actually happen. I was like, oh, you're right. Let me stop. Let me stop. Like I just showed y'all, the law of these law of correspondence, law of vibration. It doesn't know if you're joking or not. It only focuses on what you said. That was it. EKG. Oh, okay. It's I think it's hard. Okay. EEG is the one way that they glue. So yeah, thank you. Sometimes you have to stay up all night before because they have to get all the readings both awake and asleep and the stucks. Okay. So EKG is a heart, EEG is a mind. Thank you for that. Right? But that's how serious this shit is. Right? Just saying this don't, excuse me. Then, oh, look at that. Then, yeah. Let there be light. And then somebody else was, then OPPD was in the cut like, who's going to pay that bill? Who's going to pay that bill? You want all this light on, who's going to pay that bill? I'm saying. You know what I heard? I just heard this dude. He's not a rapper, and I don't know what he does, but he said the slickest shit. He said it's so crazy because we create all this stuff out of nothing. He said the Egyptians created a whole entire free energy base. He said somebody else came around, turned it off, took it down, and then gave you a bill for it. For something that they were just getting for free. Somebody shut it off and gave you a bill for what's already there for you for free. Water is something that this planet has in abundance. So why do you have a bill for that? Y'all ever think about some of this shit? Fire is free, but you have to pay for heat. Isn't that crazy to think about that? How dependent. Not even yes. Not even we're dependent and codependent on the government. And matter of fact, it's not even a codependency. It's a straight dependency. We don't know how to eat for ourselves. I mean, the bakers do. But where are you gonna get water from? Where are you gonna get your food from? If everything was, if everything went to shit, we would be stuck like Chuck. It's also illegal to collect rainwater, so you couldn't create your own water system even if you wanted to. Even certain seeds are illegal because of Monsanto's. Even certain seeds are illegal. Something that God gave us all is illegal because these greedy fucks can't get paid off of it. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. That right there. I love that. I love that. That's what I want. I want my own fucking well. Who does? I mean, I'm like, seriously, who doesn't? And a windmill to get your own shit. I wouldn't doubt that our government might poison that goddamn thing. All right, number 5, the law of compensation. Are you giving more than you're asking for? Examples. Serving others often circles back as unexpected blessings. What do we mean by that? And there's some laws that we're going to be talking about too that are more like philosophical as opposed to universal, right? But um, where did I put that at? I wrote some. I wrote some stuff. Hold on, here we go. Keep your mouth. Okay, keep your mouth closed. Okay. Okay. Okay, here we go. This is one of these things. Matter of fact, I was just talking to Naomi about this. Never expect to get what you give. Never expect to get what you give. If you are expecting other people to pay you back or to give back to you what you've given them, it does not work like that. Hell, you be better. You be lucky if you got a thank you. You be lucky if you got a thank you. Because as far as these people paying you back or giving it back to you, it's not happening. Your blessings will come from somewhere else. Your what is that? Your reciprocation will come from somebody else. It's not going to come from whoever you helped. 90% of the time, it won't come from them. It'll come from something somewhere else. Jessica will tell you that I do this on a consistent basis, no joke. If I'm out and about and I go to a restaurant and I'm one of those guys, I take a book everywhere I go, everywhere. So I don't mind going somewhere and eating by myself. I'll take out my book and start reading. But if I see somebody else reading a book, and I'm serious about this, whether it's one person or the whole group of people, if I see somebody over there reading, I will pay for the whole entire table stuff. And I've never told anybody that it was me. The only people who knew about it was the waitresses. Because I told them who I was and what I do and why I do it. So the people would walk around there, sit down, take out a book, and then, take out a book, start reading. Before they finish their last stuff, I'll call the waitress over, even if it's somebody on the another side of the restaurant. I'll get up, go to the bathroom, take that person over there. I'm gonna pay for their meal, and I tip that person too, so they don't have to pay for nothing. I've done it. I've done it so many times I can't even count. Number one, I do it because I love to read, and I love seeing other people read. Love it, right? The other thing that I do, the reason why I do it, because the other thing is it feels good to do something for other people, and they don't know it was you doing it. That shit feels good, right? It feels good to help, right? Especially when they don't know it was you. I've done it, like I said, so many times. It is crazy. I can't tell you how many times I've done that. And people have no idea it was me. Like, no idea. So, I mean, you be surprised. Okay. Reality says, matter of fact, let me ask you guys, how often do you guys give without expecting anything back? How often do you give without expecting anything back? And you can say, you know what? I haven't done that, or I complain when I don't get shit back. You can say that too. Miss Yachty says I do. Okay. I'm serious, man. I pay for everything. Chris said all the time. They said all the time. Okay. Okay. What about you, Jerry? What about you, Rebecca? What about you, Jessica? Naomi, if you're still with us. How often do you guys give without ever expecting anything in return? Yeah. Yeah. Hey, Jerry, do you remember that car accident? We saw that happen in front of Triplex. Remember, it was like years ago. We saw that car accident that happened, and that dude actually passed. No, not the guy, the woman. Remember that woman they had to cut out that car? She died like a week or two after that. Yeah, it was crazy. Yeah, good job, Chris. That's what's up, buddy. I like that. Oh, wow. Okay. So then we all do it, right? So, and this is that thing that, you reap what you sow, right? What you sow, the energy, effort, intention, you eventually will reap it. Now, let me ask you one more question. Oh, nice. I love that. Let me ask you guys a question, though. Like with this. Hey, all you have to say is yes or no. Have you done something for somebody else? You didn't get anything back for it from that person, but you got some blessings from other people, or somebody gave you something or did something for you that was just like that was like least expected. So, how many of you have done something for somebody else? They didn't do anything back, for whatever, but the blessings you got back came from out of the blue somewhere else. And it may not have been that day, could have been a different day. It could have been a couple months down the road, but that you got the blessings back from there you go. That's how the law of compensation works. You reap exactly what you sow. So if you're putting that energy out, that effort, that intention, you doing shit for other people, eventually you'll get it back. Probably not in the same capacity that you put it out, but you'll get it back nonetheless. You'll get it back. She said probably. I wouldn't link it, but we're blessed as fuck. But again, though, man, that's the law of compensation. That is the law of compensation. Do unto others, right? Whatever you reap is what you're gonna get back. Plain and simple. Plain and simple. I was talking to an individual. Talking about we were talking about God and religion and stuff like that or whatever, and I was telling said individual that I've I said when I was a kid I used to do stuff for God, and then as I got older I don't do that at all. I choose to do it because I want to do it. I don't do it because I I believe that some figure in the sky is gonna smite me if I don't help other people. I help other people because I'm a part of the same family as these people. Right? I do it because I like to do it. Sometimes, man, and sometimes depending on who they are, I may not want to help them. I might just do it. Just man, just do it anyway. Like, all right, whatever, cool. And it still may not change anything, but just to know that that I that I that I could rise above certain shit, it's worth it. It's worth it. All right, last one. The law of relativity. Are your struggles truly overwhelming, or are they just out of context? Right? A bad day feels smaller when you remember all the stuff that you've already overcome. Think about that, right? And I mean, this is the part that we do every night. If you think about it, rethink, all right, our habits and our patterns, right? Reframe how we think about things, our perspectives in general, and retrain how we think about everything, right? I mean, if you think about that, isn't that what we do? We think, reframe, retrain the way that we think, right? The retraining is making it repetitive, making it where you don't even need to think about it, or at least you'll know exactly where to find the answers at if you're looking for it, right? I mean, think about the worst, the worst day that you've had. If you compare your life to somebody else's, they'll show you how, even on your worst day, theirs was worse. Even on your worst day, there's somebody else had it way worse than you. There's somebody out there going through shit right now that you couldn't even imagine going through. There's no problem that you have that there's somebody out there who looks at that shit trivially. Like, really? That's a problem for you? I mean, if you look at the law of success for the most part, why do you think that people come from all over America, like all over the world, and come to America? And because they don't see America as a place that they could make it, they see America as a place that they're going to make it. Period. Did you know that? Did you know that immigrants in general, no joke, have a 70 to 80% higher chance of succeeding in America than we do? Would you like, I mean, and again, benefits and all that shit that they get in general aside, put all that aside. The reason why is because where some of these people were was so much worse than what we would ever know. Ever know. Could you imagine somebody with my brain capacity and the ballsiness of somebody like Anya? Because I couldn't even imagine that. This all this I don't even know if I'd be sitting here doing this with you. I'd probably be over in Costa Rica somewhere, drinking Mai Tais and watching little people do backflips because I paid them to do it. I would be like a multi-billionaire right now if I had to get up and if I had to get up and said Anya God with my mindset. Shit, please, no, no, right? So context is everything. Relativity is everything. Everything. Matter of fact, our thing used to be perspective is everything, right? Which it still is. Everything. Everything revolves around it, right? So nothing is big or small until you compare it to something else. Nothing is. Because if you show me something bad, I'll show you something worse. You show me something amazing, I'll show you something better. Nothing means really much of anything without comparing it to something else. Right? Do you guys agree with that? Or do you disagree? What are your thoughts on that? What are you guys' thoughts on that? That good, bad, or indifferent all depends on what side of the fence you're standing on. What are you looking at? What are you thinking about? What are you comparing this action to? What are you comparing this outcome to? Hmm? What are you comparing this to? Like I said, y'all, everything is relative. Rebecca said, I think that's accurate. Okay. What say you, Renita? What say you, Yachty? Christopher says, amen. What about you, Jerry? What about you, Jessica? What do you think? Okay. Okay. I'm sure he did. I'm sure he did. Tonight's beautiful, so I hope he did. I love that. Okay, so all right, fun fact time, ladies and gents. The law of cause and effect is not this is universal, not personal. What was our question? It was just that did you agree with that or not? Okay. All right, so fun fact. All right, so the law of cause and effect is universal, not personal. It doesn't reward good or bad, just responds to choice and action, just like we keep talking about, right? There are no shortcuts, only patterns with predictable outcomes. Patterns. How many times does something need to be a pattern, y'all? How many times does something that happens for it to be a pattern? How many times? There you go, Rebecca. Three. So there are no shortcuts, only patterns with predictable outcomes. Right? So when people say, man, I failed at that. No, you had a predictable outcome. Switch up the pattern, you switch up your outcome too. If this is about experimentation, if you keep doing the same thing, you're going to keep getting the same result. Try something different. Answer in a different way because you'll get a totally different outcome, right? Predictability is based on patterns. Otherwise, it wouldn't be predictable. Good job, guys. 3. Look at you guys. Oh, I love it. All right, so here's our I don't know if you guys can see this. You guys should be able to. Um, yeah, you guys should be able to see that. So cheat sheet. I'm gonna be sending this to you guys, right? And remember, tomorrow's gonna be part 2 of this. We're gonna go into a little bit more. We're not gonna. I think there's like 17 altogether, something like that. I took the biggest ones that you'd probably heard about. Okay, for the next 6, we're probably gonna do the same exact thing. We're gonna take the best ones and give them to you. Okay, I'm not giving you all of them, just 6. For the most part, right? All right. So the law of vibration. Everything is energy. You are what you attract, right? Law of compensation, as within, so without. Your outer world mirrors your inner world. So whatever's out there is going to be in here. If I see greatness in you, it's only because I see it in me. Okay? If I love you, it's only because I love me. It all starts with you. All right, number 3, the law of attraction. The law of attraction. Like attracts like. Focus on what you want, not what you fear. Because if you focus on that shit, you're going to get more of it, right? Number 4, the law of cause and effect. Every action creates a reaction. Be intentional. Your choice has a ripple effect. So whatever I do or don't do, it ripples out. If I show up, it ripples out. If I didn't show up, that's going to ripple out. If I one day just say, I ain't doing this no more, and just stopped at 54, you're always going to remember, man, this dude stopped at 54. This man's a life coach, and he fucking stopped. What does that say about his coaching? What does that say about the last 54 things that he taught us? It was all for not his bullshit. See what I mean? Just saying. Okay, the law of compensation. You reap what you sow. Value in, value out. Okay? Just saying. The last but not least, the law of relativity. Nothing is good or bad until it's compared. Perspective creates meaning. What creates meaning? Your perspective. That's how this works. So without further ado, which one which ones, which one or ones resonated with you the most? Which ones resonated with you the most? For me, it's going to be, Rebecca said 6. For me, it's going to be 4, 2, 5, and 6. God damn, everybody says God. Oh, no, that's a different question. The law of relativity. Ooh, okay. The law of attraction. Really? You still with the law of attraction? Okay. I'm over there talking shit. Yachty said 3, 4, and 6. 3, law of attraction. 4 and 6. Okay. Renita said all of them. Mr. Dady said number 4. All right, I'll rock with that. All right, that's what's up. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are done with this one tonight. Tomorrow, we'll be working on part 2, which I think it should be as good as this one. I think it should be. I haven't wrote it yet, but I promise I'll give you some good stuff. I will also be sending these to you guys as well. Like I said, cheat sheets. I'm just gonna give them to you. If you keep them, awesome. If you don't, that's okay too. I have backups. So, without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, get some rest because it is truly needed. And if you dream, I hope that you dream big. And in the amazing, immortal words of Miss Anya Smanya Babanya Bananya, bye.